program. I think with where we drafted him, it's a really smart draft pick. And in the tiny body of work, we have come in and learned that he can make shots, and he's got a little bit of a bounce to him. You know, I think he's a gamer. Defensively, he's a long ways right now away as a NBA defensive player, but we'll continue to grow him. And he's prideful. He wants to be coached. There aren't many rookies that I wouldn't say that same thing about, but I feel good that he's just somebody that we really are excited about.
I'm sorry. What's the next step from here? So after you play this game, and you're going to fly back tomorrow, do you guys sit down as a group and evaluate these players and see in regards to who's going to make the roster? Or?
I think decisions in relation to the roster will be made, I suspect, sometime today. You know, probably after a game, maybe early tomorrow. I'll sit with Brian and we'll figure that all out. In relation to, the rotation of how we're going to play this for opening night, we're getting further along. I'll sit with my staff and discuss that. It's not going to be anything that we haven't been on from the get-go. We've been monitoring this for a while, so the subtleties are more there than dramatic decisions. And we'll get back in late tonight. We'll have off tomorrow. We'll have a good practice on Sunday, followed by a family day. We're proud of some of the cultural things that we've built over days here in Philadelphia, and having the people's families and children and wives come to the building and share an introduction to the NBA season, is one of probably 5-6 things that have become a part of our culture. And that'll be the rhythm to the next few days.
So you probably will have cuts tomorrow?
I expect it to be soon. I do. Yeah, I think by NBA standards, it's perhaps. Yeah. And so I think, in fairness to everybody, we like to, give people honest and quick information so they can figure out what that means to their own lives. And the group has been great. This is the longest I have ever held a group. Usually there have been cuts along the way, and the group has just been fantastic in relation to working hard and coexisting, and usually that's not the case. Usually somebody, they just feel like there's no place for me here, and you can feel it in their body language and attitude, and it hasn't at all been the case with this group.
So if you were asked this before I came over, but after seeing how stuff with the rotation worked in Wednesday's game, are there other things that in this final tune-up you'd like to see as you continue to work towards the regular season?
Just smaller things, a lot of coach speak stuff. I think the broad issues, we feel comfortable. We have some level of an opinion on, albeit not a huge body of work. So we've ticked the major areas, we've ticked the major boxes, and now it's just sort of tightening up some sort of simple things, and that'll be the method to the madness tonight.
Were you intrigued at all by how the end of second quarter, maybe it was the beginning of second quarter, small ball-ish lineup ended working out the other night? Did that open your eyes in any ways?
I mean, it confirmed that it's a possibility. When Dario can step out and make threes, and pull a 7'2" guy out away from the basket, it validates sort of that decision a little bit easier. I think that the versatility that we have, if needed, where you got Ben Simmons at a 5 or Dario Saric at a 5, that's all on the table. And we'll continue to look at different ways to play it. I think as Joel's minute starts to become more consistent, that opportunity will be less and less. But it is there, and we'll continue to look at that and other things.
How many minutes is he going to play tonight? About the same? About the same.
And even last game, the first 3 minutes really weren't much. A lot of stoppage, a lot of stop-start. And so, the medical people are fantastic on admitting that's not really a part of, the cardio work, the up and down work. And so minutes can go up. It's not as rigid, perhaps, as it has been.
Do you feel like stamina-wise, all things considered, he was okay Wednesday going through the game?
he was better than I thought he was going to be. You know, but to get him up to that 32-minute, 30-minute, 28, like that holy grail spot, and like walk that down for a while, we're still a ways away from that.
Realistically, how many games do you think you could play?
I hope.
Like say a couple weeks into the season.
I don't know. I know if you said what would you hope he is in January, I'd like to say 32.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, like all things type considered, I mean, does he seem as ready as he could be, Joel, for the start of the regular season?
And given what he's been through, I think he's exceeded my expectations. But when you start talking about legitimately the start of the year, preseason isn't even close to what the NBA season is, and then the NBA season isn't even close to what the playoffs are. And so it's you can't be tricked in preseason. And I think we'll all make better judgment of how far along is he really when you really play an NBA game. But to date, he's taken the opportunities that he's had. He's made the most of them. He's put in work. He's been a complete pro, with trying to learn and get his body and his cardio right under the guidelines that have been given to him. And, it's a long season.